heard you want to go to medical school, but you have no idea where to start. You're in luck. Class is in session. Stay tuned if you want to learn all the requirements to go to medical school. Hey mentee, it's Dr. Norte, your favorite medical mentor. During the month of February, we took some time to really lay the groundwork, get to know each other a little bit better. But this month, we're getting into the nitty gritty. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Going to medical school can seem like such a daunting process because there's so many different moving parts, and it can be really hard to organize it in your mind. But today we're going to go over the logistics of getting into medical school. This is going to be a traditional list of requirements. I know that there are different types of programs where you can get your undergrad degree and your medical degree in 6 or 7 years, and that has a completely different list of requirements. But this is going to be the list for most people that traditionally go to undergrad and then go to medical school. So let's jump in. The first thing that you have to do is complete a 4 years bachelor's degree from any accredited college or university. Most of the time, you have to complete that degree in 3 or more years. There's no requirement in terms of major that you have to complete. You just need to fulfill all the requirements that that university has for that specific major. During those 4 years, you will have to complete a set of prerequisites that you need in order to apply to medical school. So the first course that you're going to have to take is biology. And this is going to be a year long of biology with a lab. So that's going to be biology 101 and biology 102, each with a lab component. You'll have to do the same thing for inorganic chemistry, which is like your typical chemistry, chemistry 101, chemistry 102. And you'll do the same thing for organic chemistry with lab, physics with lab, and then you'll have to take 2 math courses. Most of the time, they'll require statistics and another college level course, which can be like calculus or algebra. And then you'll also have to complete a year-long course of English. Other schools will require you to take additional courses or suggest that you take additional courses such as anatomy and physiology, biochemistry, microbiology, genetics, cell biology. They'll also suggest that you take courses in your social sciences and humanities such as psychology, sociology, history, ethics. If you're also interested in doing health technology, they will ask that you take courses in computer sciences so that you're more versed in those areas. Also, if you're thinking about doing research, taking courses such as research methods may be beneficial as well. Schools will require that you take these courses for a letter grade. They usually don't accept courses that are pass fail. Also, these courses need to be in person. I know during the pandemic, they were accepting courses that were online. So that's like 2021, 2022. So there is a little bit of leeway there, but typically they want these courses to be in person for them to count for your prerequisites. In terms of courses, that's it. The next big thing that most people dread a little bit is the MCAT. You will need to take the medical college admissions test in order to apply to medical school. And you will need to have taken that within 3 years of you applying. So right now it's 2025. You would have had to take your MCAT within 2022 to 2025. Unfortunately, even if you have a stellar grade, if you took your exam before that time, you will have to retake the exam. Let's talk letters of recommendation. You will need a variety of letters in order to apply. The big one is the committee letter, and usually this comes from your pre-health advisor or team of advisors at your college or university. It is beneficial to have a good relationship with your pre-health advisor or committee of advisors so that they can write you a strong letter of recommendation when it comes time. You'll also need 3 individual letters. You'll need 2 from science professors and then 1 from a mentor, a manager, a physician that you shadowed. These letters will also need to be from 3 people that you know can write you a strong letter of recommendation. If you're a student that is applying to an MD, PhD program, you'll also need letters from your research mentors. So keep that in mind. I know as a student, you want to send in as many letters of recommendation and you think that will make you look even better, but please don't be aggy. These people have enough letters to read already. So please stick to the number of letters that they require for you to submit. If you get strong letters of recommendation, you won't need to ask so many people to say how stellar you are because the people that write your letter would have already said everything that the admissions committee needs to know. You're also going to need some clinical experience. So that's shadowing, that's working in a clinical setting. This is going to be a really important component to your application. If you are planning to apply to osteopathic medical schools, it would behoove you to get a letter of recommendation from another osteopathic physician. I know that it has been difficult for some students to get shadowing experience from an osteopathic physician. So if you've only had experience with an MD, that is completely okay. But of course, it gives you additional brownie points if the letter is from an osteopathic physician. And last but not least, leadership and volunteer experience. This section is also major because it lets the admissions committee know who you truly are, depending on the type of leadership opportunities that you've taken and the volunteer experiences that you've exposed yourself to. It truly speaks to who you are deep down and gives a holistic picture to the admissions committee. So definitely don't skimp out on this portion of the application. It's important to balance your courses and getting good grades there and also having some leadership and volunteer experience. Don't do extracurriculars if your grades will suffer, but balancing them out is going to be important because in medical school and once you become a physician, you're going to have to juggle a few things at one time. Those are the logistics, the bare bones of the things that you need in order to apply to medical school. And I know it seems daunting. You're like, Dr. Norte, how can I complete all of these things as an undergrad student? I already have too much going on. Don't worry. Dr. Norte is here for you. MKM Mentoring is here for you. And over the next few weeks, we're going to take time to really sit down and break down timelines for all of these things so that it does not seem so overwhelming. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter down below. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.